Good day mga ka-learners and mga kasosyo. Welcome back to another video, and for today's vlog, it's something different because I'm going to answer some of the questions being asked by my students. And if you're new with my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and click the bell button for you to be updated. Enjoy! Because of this pandemic crisis that we're currently facing now, every pillars of the society are being affected. The church, the government, the business and economy, and of course, the education. No, so primarily, the most concern of every parents, students, and of course the teachers is what are the things to expect in reopening of schools or resuming of classes. Since there are a lot of my students are asking questions about the possible changes, that's why I came up with this, and I'm going to answer those questions in my very best knowledge. And if in case I say something wrong, just comment down below and let me know. Alright, so these are the questions that they have for the new normal in academic sector. The first one is, when will be the resume of classes? No? According to the official statement of DepEd Secretary Briones, the official opening of classes will be on August 24 and will end by April 30. Now, yung nakasanayan natin na physical learning or the traditional classroom setting will only be possible for those places na minimal or with no cases of COVID-19 at all. But of course, there will be some limitations, and those places will be the places that will be allowed by the IATF to conduct physical learning. And for those places naman that there are some recorded positive cases of COVID-19, is they will use the what we call as the virtual learning. Now, what is virtual learning? Virtual learning uses their computer, laptop, or Android phones to deliver instructions to students. Using this virtual learning, it minimizes or eliminates the need for teachers and students to share a classroom for us to prevent social gathering para iwas sawaan, providing instruction by the teacher without the teacher being physically present with the student. And with this virtual learning, like what I have said, for a newspaper article, the students can work on activities at their own pace. And most important, we can still continue with the discussions and learning or the pedagogy without putting anyone's health and safety at risk. And I will elaborate more details how the virtual learning can be possible on the next question, which is, the next question is, what are the things to expect when classes resume? Alright, of course, to make sure that we are still following the protocol of our government to prevent or to record another cases of COVID-19, social distancing and limited physical contact will still be implemented. And how can we do it? So the first thing to expect is there will be online classes, with the use of internet or data connection and the gadgets available to every students. Online classes will be implemented, and there are a lot of online platforms to utilize for our online classes. So we have the Zoom for video conferencing or video discussions. Well, nung nagsimula yung COVID crisis or yung ECQ or yung lockdown, the most common application that is being used by the organizations, by companies, and this can also be used in online classes is the Zoom. So the teacher will create a meeting using the app. The teacher will start the meeting using the app, and the teacher will provide the meeting ID number to the students, and what the students need to do is to just enter the meeting ID, and after that they can now join the video discussion of their teacher.
So this is how the Zoom will look like if you will use your cell phone. You can start a video, and using this Zoom you can also uh, chat your classmates, or there will be some chat for the participants, and the teacher can share. It's either the presentation, the PowerPoint, or whatever modules that the teacher will using this application. Live video discussion will now be possible, so that every students can still learn while staying at home using this
app, and the students will join using the meeting code to be provided by the teacher. So this Zoom is of course only possible for those students who has the access to internet or data connection. Now, using this application, the teacher can provide live discussions and at the same time can share the materials like the PowerPoint presentation. Alright, so the second thing is we have the different LMS, or the what we call as the learning management systems. Now we have the Schoology, we have Google Classrooms, and Edmodo. Now these learning systems are very useful if in case that the strategy of the teachers through uploading modules or materials like PowerPoint presentation and case study for the students to read. Now, you can also conduct online quiz or examinations, and it depends on the student's phase. Now, however, the possible problem or disadvantage of using the LMS, or the learning management system for the quizzes or examinations is the academic honesty of students. Now, because students can access the internet freely, and how can we as a teacher assess and evaluate their performance or their learning? No? The possible suggestion for the assessments and evaluations is the performance task and an essay type of reflection of what the students have learned after reading or watching the materials provided by the teachers. Now, and the reason why I say after watching, no, is because the third possible online platform is using video instructions or discussions through YouTube. Now, so this is what I'm doing. This is one of the trendy platform that I will possibly use, no? Since most of the students are using YouTube and watching videos of their favorite celebrities or tool flicks, no? Or aside of watching Netflix, no, isa sa tambayan ng mga students is the YouTube. Now, that's why YouTube is one of the good platform for virtual learning, no? And the other platform for virtual learning to be possible is through learning from instructional modules. Now, instead of video conferencing, we can maximize the use of modules to be uploaded by the teachers. Now, the students will just browse and read the contents of the modules, and the teacher will provide assessments and evaluations. The second thing to expect is that aside from internet, now we can also maximize the usage of radio and television for learning. Now, this is based from an interview with the DepEd Secretary Briones, that they are already coordinating with the different radio and broadcasting companies to make this idea possible for another platform in learning. For the guidelines on how this radio and television will work, let's wait on their updates, of course. Now, the third thing to expect is that there will be a minimum face-to-face interaction. And the fourth thing to expect is that there will be a limited number of 15 to 20 students. Yes, you heard that right. Now, possible your question right now is that, akala ko ba, sir, magiging online na? Now, yes, the best option is the online learning. However, possible that some of you may say that hindi naman lahat have the access or the privilege with the data or internet connection. Now, for those students who can't afford or who don't have any means with the online learning, now this is one of the alternatives for them. Now, given that the students still have the convenience to go to school physically, following that there will be social distancing, no? And it will be more convenient for the teachers. Now, for me, mas better sa akin ang limited number of 15 to 20 students in the class, no? Because mas matututukan and mas matututo talaga ang learners, no? And now, when it comes to problems that we may face or encounter is that some of the college students will say something about their professors. Yan. So, traditional classroom, no? Sasabihin nila, traditional classroom nga hindi pumapasok. Paano pa kaya kung online, diba? So, well, my stand with that is, I think it's the right time for all the teachers to adapt with these big changes that will happen in our education system. As a teacher, it's the right time for us to unleash the characteristics that every teacher should have. It's being creative and being resourceful. The other problem that some of the teachers will encounter is that how about those who are not adept of using existing technologies? That's why I pointed out technology will not replace teachers, but teachers who use technology will replace who do not. Alright? So the third question is, do you agree with online classes and why or why not? Well, for me, I agree with online classes. I've been using the blended type of learning since I started teaching long before COVID-19 existed. Now, when we say blended learning, it is a style of education in which students can learn via electronic and online media as well as traditional face-to-face teaching. I am using online platform for the activities, sometimes online quiz and such. However, there are always some sort of disadvantage of using this kind of learning platform. One of those is the academic honesty of the students, katulad ng nabanggit ko kanina, no? So since it's online, no, they can easily access available sources of information online. That's why, like what I have told you earlier, it's recommended that the assessment and evaluation will be through performance tasks and reflection of what they have learned. No. The other disadvantage of this electronic learning platform is that the students are possible to be exposed in cyberbullying, pornography, and some parents may complain that their children are just playing online games, watching movies, vlogs, or browsing websites that are not related with their learning activities. If even ako nung student ako, and I'm sure some of you that are watching may be guilty with this, that every time na pupunta ka na computer shop or mag-open ka ng laptop or computer to do your assignment, to do your homework, na instead of opening the Google first, ano yung una nating binubuksan? Una ang Facebook, una ang Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, YouTube, at nasa dulo ang tab for Google. Which is ang main purpose mo kung bakit ka nag-computer is for you to do your assignment. Pero ang nangyayari, sa huli siya. Okay, so that's one of the problem that we may encounter using the online platform. And of course, syempre, the only way to prevent this from happening is we need the full cooperation of the parents. So we need the intervention of the parents to make this online learning to be effective and efficient. Alright, so that's all for now. I hope you learned something, and if you have some more questions, just comment down below and I will take time to answer those questions. So if you think this video might also help your friends, don't be shy to share the link on your social media accounts.